All right. It's going to be a long one. My trainer's been disconnecting a bunch, so let's hope. All right. The long story, haven't recorded or streamed in a while. I bought a gaming computer like 2 years ago. And as soon as which I don't want to go, I need to warm up. Oh, shoot. Ah, shoot. Bought a gaming computer about 2 years ago, top of the line, first time in my life I'd done that. I usually go for like the next under top of the line, and I have a really good graphics card. It's a RTX 4090, super odd. It's actually gained value in the time since I've uh, bought it, but I started wanting to play games like with my son and stuff, and I got like Helldivers 2, crashes, like just stutters and crashes. I get latest Call of Duty, same thing. I'm thinking like, is this just the world we live in? Software sucks. Yes, it does, but just long story, super short. My I do have a technical background, but I don't know everything, obviously. But I use ChatGPT to really just like, hey, help me prove or disprove that the card is shot, and I did. So there was bad memory on the card, and I RMA'd it, and I have a new card. In that process, I rebuilt everything, reinstalled everything, and so I'm starting from scratch. And my templates for recording aren't quite right. Not a big deal, but so I'm probably not going to edit this one. This will just be long form and just put it out there. As you can tell by my glorious cycling tan and lines, I've been outside. Got in a good outside rides this week, and this will be my first race as an A. And full transparency, not looking forward to it. I'm probably not A material, but ZRS is 697. This is a mass start event. The Muckle Yin, 47 kilometers, just a touch under 30 miles with 500 meters of climb, thereabouts. I think that's where I'm going to get hurt. They're going to hurt me on the climbs. But goal is, I don't really have a goal other than doing the best I can. I didn't get the best sleep last night, which is actually kind of fine for performance. And this ends a really solid week of training. Yeah, so super looking forward to that. I'm probably just going to upload this whole sail without edit and then start to get my templates back. I saved a bunch of stuff, but I didn't save quite enough to get all the settings back, so I have to reset stuff, and hopefully I don't have the same woes with the audio. I finally figured that out. NVIDIA Broadcast is super good, and that's what I've been using. Let's see. Yeah, I'll have to click over in a sec. So not the best warm-up. This is it. I'll probably get to 4 kilometers and hop over. Yeah, it's a longer race, mass start, so I can find my group with the 564 meters total, 47.1 kilometers. A lot of grindy climbs. I'll find my group, which will probably be with the bees where I belong. But I will be wearing the red jersey, which will feel good. There it is. So let us have some fun. Oh, and Tarek is an absolute beast. So he's gonna rough me up. Nice guy. It's been nice to connect with some of these riders. Yep, 4 watts to 6 watts per kilo. That's me. So I'm gonna die, but the mass start makes it okay. Let's have fun, stay with the front of the pack, and try to give thoughtful commentary in between the gasps for air. Fitness is pretty good. Did a 6-week block and then took time off, so a little bit has declined at the top end, but it's not super bad. And we'll use our racecraft to exert as little energy as possible. Kind of odd who are the progenitors of the spicy start. These. We're going to stay in the draft. I must beat anybody that wears my hat, though, because it's my hat. So, whoever this B is, that's my hat. Fitness has been good. Long powers coming in. I've been on a mission to kind of increase, without doing gym work, the musculature in my legs. I think that's what's holding me back. Cardio is good, but I've been doing lower cadence work. Try to get my legs used to higher torque per revolution. As I'm sure most of you know, watt output is a combo of the torque per stroke times the RPM. So there's many ways to get to the same wattage. And I would find myself at higher RPMs, at higher wattage, leaning on the cardio instead of the musculature. Oh, good. J-Bars. Super strong rider. You can see him embarrass me in the club ladder against the steel rhinos. Yeah. I don't need to chase a lone A, but I need to chase anybody chasing the A. We'll go with Tadic here. I also like to mark people visually, so I don't have to look at the names. Tadic has the black arrow helmet. EG has the Zwift check mark. I'm not familiar with them, but first climb is grindier, but I do want to stay with front pack. So I'm going to break myself on every effort to try. Maybe on the longer climbs I'll make a decision, but maybe I'll just be dumb and flex the A jersey. J-Bars is a super strong rider. Stronger than I am, I'm sure. So a big percent of my ZRS score is like racing well as opposed to having the fitness. So not surprising to meet somebody who's a stronger rider than I am. But I wish I had more fitness. There's an opportunity to work with J-Bars. I like Rhinos. Good group of guys. We can be teammates. I'm not long for this world in the APAC, and that's okay. Come up the corkscrew. You don't need to do any watts here. I should qualify. You're above a certain weight. Here it kicks up, but on the downside going into the corkscrew, you should save your energy, come in to the bottom with speed, and carry through. You'll get the first 10-ish meters of climb for free. It stops quickly, so let's see if I can do it well. All of these little opportunities to rest add up in a race. I do think I'll be able to push through the pack. I want to hit it about 56 at the base here, kilometers per hour. That's just experience on the course and what I've seen. Or maybe a little higher. Interesting. But I've done like one slew of pedaling here and keeping up with. And so now this is where you push the speed. This is where I want to be 56, 57. And carrying it through, using my body weight. This is not an attack. I just don't want to waste my momentum. EG rides well. I can anticipate the corner cuts. But he's balancing arrow with cutting corners. Means he's really good. This climb's gonna hurt. Get nice and recovered. I actually can't see the gradient on my main screen, which is a problem. This climb sucks. We'll see. Not too bad. Same thing. This is where you win the race. I'm really going to try to not take the lead here. I'm not, my goal is not to win A, but I'm just saying in general, these breaks are how you win races. I mean, it turns out I literally needed to put in 0 watts here. And I think I'll need a little bit here, but it's the right time too. $56, $57. See, I'm still popping in front with like no effort. I'm not really trying to keep the speed. Look at that, my heart rate. Still drifting up, but that was mostly technique. Not fitness. Where's my heart rate was delayed, but when I'm in the final bits of a high heart rate, I'm on the downs and in recovery mode, doing 19 watts. Feel pretty good. Got me some Nilla wafers. Best thing ever. Now it's just a Sunday ride with the homies. Look at J bars. You stud. You got to finish that strong though. I think you will. Remember, draft is about speed, not about elevation or gradient. But these speeds, there's still plenty to be drafted from. I'm not a strong enough A to be chasing anybody. So I'm willing to be all right. Study the end here. Do punch your shit. Really helps. And this is the final sprint. What does it mean if I don't get the banner? I do suspect they're going to push the climbs. Especially this first one. It just makes sense. That was tough work for Jay. He made it look easy. Up and through. One of those days I'm not feeling the heart rate. In a good way. They're really going to push this climb. So I need to do the least amount of work. A little panicky on my part, but not fully unwarranted. Spartacus is strong. Sorry, but I dare say it just the cadence, it just is triggering alarm bells. Sorry if you're real. Not that I need excuses. Dead last in A's is fine with me. Nothing to it. Pretty happy to survive. I think we'll find that's the selection point. At 130 more meters, but half of it's rolling, so one more climb, less sucky than that one. I don't know if you're up for it, but J Bars, I think you're a fantastic rider. I think there were some early efforts that cost you. It looks like you actually I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it from a good place. But not on the rider list anymore. He's a stronger rider than I am. There's a few times he was out in front that yeah. So you're awesome, dude. I don't mean it in any negative way. I love the level of competition y'all bring. They beat me. J Bars, Micah, and Bo beat me in our last ladder race. So very strong rider. I'm always in coach mode. Not everybody wants to hear it, so apologies. We can all read this ride in the comments. I don't think I've made too many mistakes. The fitness has been there. There's a few pulls that I didn't explain what I was doing. That could be mistakes on the downs. I mean, really, as the heavy rider, that's where I should be putting in efforts for these guys. And I think the better experienced riders will appreciate it and want me on the downs so they can rest from the climbs. And in exchange, I draft these very draftable climbs. The more advanced you get, the faster the races, the more draft matters. Because we're drafting at 30, kilometers per hour during 5-6%. I didn't quite hit 56 here. I think everybody's tired. I think they're giving the white flag a little bit. I'm just riding momentum. Not trying to drop anybody. Let's see here. Draft is still 40, 42. Spartacus picks weird spots too. But maybe that's genius. If I got dropped right here, I would be pretty happy with the effort. I don't intend to stay A. I think I need to get sub 80 kilos. I'm down to 84.2, which is a new low for me. The power's looking pretty good. But A's are just a different breed. I'd like to get more comfortable in the Emerald. If I can hit Ruby, I'll hit Ruby. Up and through. I know these guys aren't giving it everything too. Tarek is super strong. Same with EG. They'll probably show us who they are on the climb. A little pop. 2 minutes in heaven. Here we go. Oh, buddy. I guess I'm sprinting. Sorry, 4VK. You did great. How we engage Sprinty Boy Diva mode. Front is lava. Front's been lava, let's be honest. Sorry for the mouse. They sprint well at this level. It looks like you won. That was fun. I was anticipating. That's for sure. I was expecting. Yeah, mugged. I do think longer power suits me a bit better. But yeah, I'm happy with the sprint. That's pretty good. Happy with the sprint. I'm actually pretty happy with the race. But if you see anything I could have done better, let me know your thoughts. And get out there and ride it better for yourself. Sort of bears repeating that there's a new saying that I was taught by somebody, and I like it a lot, is that repetition doesn't spoil the prayer. So ride it better is about riding it better against yourself and your performance, not about anybody else's. So set goals and don't be limited by people around you in terms of what they say you can and can't do. I'm not sure I would have ever thought I could be an A. In some ways, ZRS made it harder. In some ways, ZRS actually enabled me to become an A without having like 4.5 watts per kilo because of the score and the Zwiftiness. But really, the difference is all the times if you watch this video, go back and look at my efforts versus others. The only time I put in extra watts relative to others is a momentum play. It's debatable whether it works. I really believe it does. It doesn't work for very much, but going in with an extra couple kilometers per hour, especially at a heavier weight, if they're modeling momentum by, momentum is mass times velocity. So there you go. The more mass you have, and let's say there's like a 15-meter roller, I really believe you get anywhere from like 3 to 7 of the meters of climb for essentially free. And yeah, but look back at the video, see areas. What were my watts versus everyone else's? The corkscrew has been something I'll share with everybody. You'll just see I do 0 watts going into the corkscrew, and on the incline I don't really care about the watts. I don't want to jerk it and sprint, but I want to come through the pack. And if you think about it, putting in watts under draft is maximizing those watts. It's like it's a multiplier. Oh hey, got the jersey. That just makes sense. It's a multiplier. So it's expanding the watts I have. So going through the pack is maximizing the draft for as long as possible. When you're climbing in a race, in the first part, and maybe this is why it is free watts, in the first part of the climb, your draft is almost the same as the flats. Why? Because your speed is almost the same. It takes a while for your speed to taper off. you're actually getting more draft at the beginning of the climb. So, yeah. Anyhow, very happy. I'm gonna get to 50 kilometers. Um, if you have questions about things or your own races, or you want me to check something out in your channel, I would love to. I love sharing what I've learned. And I love learning new things. I feel like I've learned a good amount. I've learned so much from my team. Super excited. We got Eric Brown, EMDR. If you haven't seen his YouTube, the man is an absolute animal. He joined Sisu. Super glad. Just a first and foremost, just a nice human being, but absolutely dedicated to cycling and in amazing shape. He talks about his age all the time, but I don't feel like outing somebody. I'm 43, and I like to keep a high level of fitness if I can. He puts me to shame. He's got years on me, and he's stronger. So super excited to potentially link up with him in future races. Yeah, I've learned a lot from the Kivida team, my club ladder team. Just sharp racing mind. A lot of fun. If you haven't checked out a ladder race, I highly recommend them. I have a bunch. Of search ladder race. I was kind of joking, but not really. But sports betting is like exploding all across the globe. There's a debate whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, but they should bet on the ladder races. It'll ruin it once we know they're betting on us, but that would be spicy. It's like fantasy. Get a fantasy league of get watts per kilo, different courses, and yeah. Part of me feels like Zwift is about to explode in popularity. Part of me wonders if it ever will, because just the cost to get in. I think what they need to do is the PlayStation model, sell the ride and a trainer at a loss. Get it on the subscription and add-ons. Get cosmetic stuff in there, to pay, and that's fine. But get them buyback market for old trainers and use those refurbished ones as what you're giving out with the ride. Maybe a 2-year commitment or whatever it is. Because I think that's the barrier to entry, especially now. Nobody's got $1,200 to get into this, and then $20 a month on top of that. For a few people, you got to expand the market. But yeah. Oh, there we're at 50. But very happy with that. I had a lot of anxiety about first race as an A, and pretty pleased, to be honest. I did well, I think. That was a lot of climb, obviously. Was able to hang. I did feel like Tadic and EG had a lot more in the tank on the climbs. Could be wrong, but anyhow, hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a good work week if Monday begins it, and invite you all to ride better.